Hello and welcome to Perfectly Paired with Chef Jim May, and today's pairing is going to be a Pinot Noir from Papa Pietro Perri of the 2018 Peters Vineyard. One of my favorites, delicious cherry, great balance, the coolest vineyard that we get fruit from, and it's going to be featured and paired with a king salmon salad for summer, a grilled with a pomegranate glaze, feta cheese, and oven-dried cherries. This is real, it looks elegant, but it's real simple, 4 simple steps, starting with cherries. We take these cherries, we pit them, and cut them in half, and they come out looking like this. I toss them for about 15 minutes with balsamic vinegar, a tablespoon of sugar, to let that soak in. Put them in a 300-degree oven for 30 to 40 minutes. They're still going to be moist, but they're going to be a little bit dried and chewy, a little more concentrated cherry that picks up the cherry in that. And what it looks like after 30 or 40 minutes are these like slightly raisin-looking little things that are delicious for summer. Like I said, if the cherries are out of season, you can use frozen. And just, again, cut them in half, make sure there's no pits in it. And it's going to go on a platter of lettuce with, my preference is king salmon. It is a Chinook salmon. It's common on the Pacific Ocean side, West Coast. It's the best is from Alaska. It's pure, it's cleaner, it's delicious. It's the richest, fattiest, most nutritional, delicious salmon that you can make. This season in California is a shorter season, depends on it, but if you can always get frozen from Alaska, and it'll be worth your while. Atlantic salmon is not just not commercially fished, but they do farm it. But this is way better. So once the cherry tomatoes once the cherries are done, we're going to season this up. Both sides with salt and pepper. I took the skin off this. You can leave the skin on because it'll actually come off and when you barbecue it. These are 5 to 6 ounce pieces. These are just over 5 ounces. Season it really nice with salt, pepper, and then we'll oil it and put it on the grill in a little bit. This can be served, it's going to be served warm or room temperature. The dressing, again, real bright, summery flavors. It's going to be fresh orange juice, fresh lemon juice, so a little chopped diced shallots, about a teaspoon or 2 of mustard, Dijon. Try to get some of the bowl. And then you mix that up, and then you add a little bit of olive oil, about 1/3 of a cup. And you can just eyeball it. Again, salt and pepper it. To taste. More salt. And you can set that aside. All of this can be made ahead of time. And it's just assembled at the last minute when you're sitting outside on a nice warm day. The next thing we're going to do is get this. If you're not familiar with pomegranate molasses, you can buy it commercially. You can also make it with pomegranate juice. Get some of this. Pomegranate juice, a little soy sauce, a little salt, a little bit of sugar, and reduce it down until it's syrupy like this. And it actually makes a better product than this. It's a little fresher, a little bit more intense. But in a pinch, this will do. This, you can buy this in most markets. And we're going to take this with the salmon, put it on a grill, cook it off on one side, flip it over after 5 minutes, and then base it with this pomegranate molasses. The third component on here is going to be just this is Greek feta cheese, and it's going to go around the salmon on the greens with the dried cherries. Easy, delicious, a great combination with the wine. So if you like our recipes and our programs, there's Wine and Whatever Wednesday. Next week is going to be featuring Gerard from Gerard's Paella. He's one of the chick caterers that we use quite a bit. We love him. He's going to be featured on our wine club party October 30th. So get your RSVPs in. He does several different paellas. He does a meat, he does a vegetarian, and he does a seafood. And they all go with our wines. They're just delicious stuff. Better than I make. I'm going to assemble one of our dishes here that is going to include arugula for its spiciness and its crunch, and also some romaine. Just chop it up. Again, a nice summary. Keep it cold. I'm going to dress it with this citrus dressing with shallots. And get it so it's not overdressed, but it's got just enough on it. We'll need some salt and pepper on there as well. And this is going to go. Now I cooked off this salmon, the king salmon, which is again my favorite. You can choose whatever you want. You can even use halibut. But the glaze is, when you cook it, you cook one side, turn it over, and then you brush it on. And then when you take it off to cool, you brush it on again. These are, again, 5-ounce portions. There's a good amount of portion to it, but this is how it's going to go on here. We put that on there. If you have access to some pomegranate seeds, that looks always nice on it as well. This is, again, crumbled feta. Put that on there. We're going to use some of these cherries. It's going to kind of bridge the flavors of the wine. The cherries. The salmon has really got beautiful fat. The acids in the wine cut through to it. And a little more pomegranate, just to give it flavor. You can actually put a little pomegranate in a little container that they could add more to it, but this is probably going to be enough. And this is our simple summertime. It's a great lunch. You can have it for a dinner, really elegant dinner for a crowd. And like I said, it's all made ahead of time, easy to put together, and works really well with our Pinots.
I'm excited to try it.
Well, I'm glad you're going to do it. This is an elegant summertime. It can be a lunch, it could be an entree, or just a salad course, but it's wonderful with the wine. It's going to be perfectly paired. This is just right off the grill. It's still a little warm. You can do it at room temperature ahead of time. It's perfectly dressed. But give it a sip. Sip of wine, a little bit of this.
Cheers.
Cheers. Peter's is so good.
So good.
You said the salmon, nicely charred. It's got the pomegranate glaze on it.
A little cherry in there.
Yeah, the dried cherries. Excuse my fingers.
That's really good.
Thank you.
I love a salmon salad. It's so simple.
Yeah, and you know, if your people don't like seafood, you can throw in a chicken breast and do the same glaze. Put a chicken breast on it.
Yeah, you can really sub anything.
Pork.
So late in summer though to have salmon.
Yeah, this July, it's warming up, and this is a good thing to have. Again, cheers. Glad you could join me.
The cherries are so good.
Kind of ties that together with the Pinot.